absolutely think I should have the right to hit that lady back.
Oh yes.
Right.
You know,
hurt?
absolutely. It
Why?
cannot be the case that some 5'3" woman gets to run around and hit every 6-foot man.
Thank you.
Like, what world are you living in?
Thank you.
What's up, y'all? I'm Ace.
Hi, and I'm Star. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I bet. Let's get into it.
Nobody.
How y'all gonna make a wrong right now?
Nobody should hear
That's
you.
not making no sense.
I think
You know
that
that-
Courtney.
Hold on, wait.
Okay, go ahead,
The
answer.
interesting thing about it is that they will spend 99.9% of their time trying to get you to figure out how to be more reactive instead of solving the problem, which is you should not put your hands on a man.
That was the
You
first
don't
thing
even-
everyone
You
said.
don't even
No one should be
you don't
putting
even
their
get
hands
into
on
this
anyone.
situation if y'all need to spend more time having conversations with women and saying, hey, you're not equal to a man, you're not as strong as a man, keep your hands off of him, and you won't find
Absolutely.
yourself in a position where he got to try to restrain you.
Absolutely.
We're not even having this conversation.
Listen
What is,
here,
oh
I-
my God.
I agree.
He's 1,000% right. Okay, we got to guess.
Hold on 1 second. So, I think what they're saying is absolutely correct. I mean, just in the first instance, right? It's like you're not as strong as a man. It's like,
Absolutely.
so it's just like when women be hitting dudes that's like, you'd be like 5'3", beating up a dude that's 6'2", like 220 or something. It's just like, what are you doing? What do you hope to accomplish? The only reason why you don't get like uppercutted into the stratosphere like Team Rocket is because he is physically restraining himself in not hurting you.
Right.
The invisible wall of society's protection on females from men doing physical harm to them, so that they believe that if they hit the man, that somehow there's no way he could attack them back.
Right. Just because a man is restraining himself doesn't mean that you, as a female, is okay to hit a man. It's not. It's never okay to put your hands on anyone, male or female. And I don't understand why
Right.
women walk around thinking that it's okay. It's not.
It would be the equivalent of if me as a 5'10", 190 pound, 195 pound dude, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go and put my hands on a grizzly bear.
What will John West want?
I'm gonna punch the grizzly bear in the eye, and I'm gonna hope that nothing happens to me. No, I'm gonna get mauled.
Right.
Like I'm gonna get fucking destroyed. Like,
It just doesn't make sense at all to me.
like, and well, let's see what they say.
No, we got to guess. We got to guess. So we could do this after hours. We could do this after hours.
I do think that as children, there are certain things that are propagated or pushed as it relates to boys versus girls. Like, oh, that's a girl, don't do this or don't do that. But in terms, oh my goodness, my voice. But in
Those are
terms
social
of men,
conventions, though.
Thank you, Jesus.
in terms of grown men,
If dudes don't want to listen to
I don't
that,
have enough
anyway.
information to
Right.
say that, because some men maybe don't know how to even treat a woman. Some don't know how to protect themselves. Some do know how to protect themselves and avoid certain situations. Like, there's some men who will not go to that hotel room with that woman and he's this famous man. There's some who won't do that. There's some that will. I mean, there's so much variation, so I don't have
Also
enough
are you
called
talking?
awareness,
information
though.
to answer that properly.
Okay. Lauren.
Wait, can I ask a question, Kay?
Oh, Jesus.
Go
Chicago,
ahead.
why are you doing this to us? Go ahead.
No, I mean serious. Do you think the men in your family were taught how to treat women?
Yes.
Okay, they were. Were they taught how to protect themselves from women?
Yes.
In what way?
Interesting.
Just not even getting into certain situations, especially as Black men, knowing certain things that
Did he just
could
pull out the hat
happen,
for the cat?
things like
Nah,
that.
it couldn't be.
Do you think it's okay if you as a man were not hurt? And I would never do it, so I'm not trying to advocate for people hitting, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if a woman that was small hit you, do you think you should hit her back even though you weren't hurt?
Hold on. Now, first of all, she's very mistaken, because your right to self-defense does not activate depending on whether you're hurt.
Hurt or not. That's true.
The right to self-defense actually activates on whether you could be hurt or whether your space could be invaded.
Very valid point.
So someone doesn't actually have to hit you or strike your body in order for you to activate
defend.
valid self-defense against them.
Right, absolutely.
And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. For my day job, I'm actually an attorney. So activating your self-defense, that's always going to occur if you reasonably believe that you're in danger.
Right.
So if someone is about to hit you, you can return reasonable force. And so...
Or restraint, though.
Or restraint, anything, of course.
Yeah.
But the key to self-defense is that you have to return proportional force.
Right.
So now proportional force will differ depending on what or who is attacking you.
Right.
So she has sort of a point in that if a small woman is attacking a large man, he couldn't return the same amount of force that he would use if I was attacking him.
Right.
Right? You need to return proportional force. So when a woman slaps you or punches you with her weak little baby arms, you don't Mike Tyson uppercut her.
Right.
That's where dudes always get in trouble.
Right.
Is that the girl does something that kind of hurts them, maybe doesn't, and they fling her down a flight of stairs or some stupid shit like that. Like, that's crazy people shit. Right. That's crazy people shit. So the point is that you need to return proportional force. So the fact that you're not hurting me doesn't mean that I can't hit you back.
Right. Self-defense.
I will return what you gave me. So if you slap me, I will slap you. And that's just what it is. And legally, you have the right to do that. Your right to self-defense doesn't depend on what gender you are. Certainly not.
I absolutely think I should have the right to hit that lady back.
Oh, yes.
Right.
No,
Hurt?
absolutely. It cannot be the case that some 5'3" woman gets to run around and hit every 6-foot man.
Thank you.
Like, what world are you living in?
Thank you. It's not okay.
And that's another thing. And I'm glad Buddy said that because Buddy's an attorney.
He's
so
accurate.
it's like
as you just said.
when you're determining what legal standards to use, a lot of times the law requires you to take the thing to its logical conclusion, go as far as you can.
Right.
And if when you go there it doesn't make any sense, then it cannot be applicable to the masses at large. Right. So what she just said is that, oh, I didn't hurt him, I'm small, he's big. And what the attorney just said is said, no, if that was the case and if you were small and you hit him and he's big and he didn't get hurt, and that means that now he can't legally hit you back, that would give all small women the ability to hit all large men with impunity.
Right. Because it's not acceptable.
Right. It would remove
Period.
one of your inalienable rights to defend yourself.
Right.
That's an animalistic trait. That's not even something that really... That's why it's so deeply ingrained in our law, because it's an animalistic trait to defend yourself when people attack you, when anything attacks you.
I see.
Let's see what my man say, because he looked like he not having a good time.
Just because you can't hurt, wait. Just because a woman is 5'3" and can't hurt a man over 6 foot means that she just gets to walk around and hit every single man willy nilly?
No.
Right.
No.
Well, there you go.
Right.
So okay. So are you saying that it's men's duty to
Jesus Christ, who said the word duty?
You!
Okay.
I'm
It's starting to see what people are talking
Mind
about.
blown.
No one said the word
Mind
duty, but
blown.
you, like, you're putting words in
Mind
my mouth.
blown.
I
I'm
said what I
asking you.
said.
I'm asking you. Do you
Well, don't know.
think,
Well, if you ask me then, but don't put words in my mouth when
Right.
you ask me.
I said, do you think that it's a man's duty to put like a smaller woman in her place?
She's not using the correct term because it's not a duty. It, like you just said, it's a natural animalistic behavior to defend yourself, whether or not you got hurt.
Right.
So I don't understand.
Right. Men are human beings. We have the same defense instincts and urges as most other mammals and animals.
Right.
So it's just like, why for her to be arguing to basically strip men of one of their natural rights is ridiculous to me. It's like, why are you trying to create a scenario where you can hit men and they can't hit you back? Why is that something you're looking for?
I don't understand why she keeps saying duty. It's their right, as you just
To
stated.
defend themselves.
Their right.
Right.
And he needs to reiterate her words into making it actually make sense, because
Right. And she's talking about duty to to put women in their place. Man, it's not our duty to put women in our place.
Right.
It's our duty to protect ourselves, regardless of who's attacking us, whether you're a woman or you're a man. That's how
Just
it
like
works.
she's trying to flip his words, he should flip it right back and just rephrase what she's trying to say, because it's not a duty.
She gonna hold this L real fast anyway.
I can't. I really can't.
If she tries to hit him.
It's her duty to keep her hands to herself.
Hold on,
Facts.
hold on, wait. 'Cause
Facts.
I don't want Kay to misunderstand what the lead was saying. Kay, the way you
Shots
started with
fired.
the question, you said, "Are you saying that it's a man's duty?"
Right.
Exactly, Rilla.
So that's
Exactly.
a different question. That's why he was saying, "Don't put
Absolutely.
words in my mouth."
Thank you, Rilla.
That's a different way of
Absolutely.
asking. So
Are you
you're
Like,
saying,
Rilla and I
Say
are
no
actually
or yes.
listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Right.
Even if you're
See, that's the thing.
You knew this video was gonna. Ooh,
bro, you tripping.
you knew this video was gonna get on my
you was
skin.
gonna be tight.
Oh hell no.
But it's just like I just knew that he would pick up on that, because as an attorney, it's just like you got to be really paying attention to each word a person says, and the order in which they say the words, because depending on how you ask, you can ask the same question 5 different ways and get sometimes elicit different answers. So it depends on how you ask a question, and he simply didn't allow her to twist his words.
Right.
you're not listening to him. Like I get very offended when people put words in my mouth, because I choose my words.
Too.
I choose my words precisely.
Yes, sir.
I feel you. I'm not.
Yes, sir.
I wasn't trying to put words in your mouth. I was saying, do you what do you think about that? Is
A
what
man
I'm
should have the duty to make sure that he is protected at all times.
Absolutely.
That's the
At
duty.
all times, and should allow no one to just walk around willy-nilly hitting him, whether or not he feels subjectively or objectively that that person can or cannot hurt him.
Right, because that doesn't define how the activation of your self-defense, which is what I was saying before.
Right.
Whether or not you can or cannot hurt me is irrelevant to my ability to defend myself from you potentially putting your dirty little mitts on me. Your dirty little rat paws on me. Like, don't fucking touch me. Like, that shit is crazy. Bro, it's like, how do people feel like they can just do all this kind of crazy shit and not get their head knocked off?
Right.
I have a question.
Oh.
I have a question. So let's just take the dynamics of you and Kay. And Kay's 5'3", you're 6'3", a whole foot, and she hits you. What? And you're like, well, you hit me, I should be able to hit you back. What about an alternative? And I'm just asking, of a restraint, since you're bigger, and grabbing her ass, and calling the police, and saying she's right now hitting me. Come here and arrest her for assault.
Now the thing is that is what most men do in order to avoid crashing your jaw in when you try and punch me in my face.
Right.
But the thing is that that's not actually their duty. They're going above and beyond and allowing social
Leniency.
Right. The social convention that puts men in a mind state where we're not to hit women.
Right.
And not to hurt women.
Right.
So even though she's attacking you, you don't, as your parents taught you, you don't hit women. So you don't yoke her up crazy. You restrain her and then call the police. You tape it to protect yourself, and you call the police and let them handle it from there. File you a domestic violence complaint or whatever.
Right.
But that's not really your duty. That's not really, you don't have to do that. If a woman reaches for your face, tries to claw your face, there's no judge in the United States that would say that you wouldn't have the right to slap her face to prevent her from clawing at your eyes. Like that, like these women live in a fantasy world perpetuated by social media, but the law does not operate like that.
Right.
And having it legally on the books that she hits men.
Yeah.
What do you think
First
that
of
does?
all,
That doesn't do anything to women.
Well, I'll take your second point first. First of all, no one cares that women hit men.
Right. No one ever cares.
Legally on the books that she hits men, no one cares.
People
She's
don't
not
say
gonna
anything,
get
people don't
punished
say
for
anything about that.
So that's not a deterrent at all. Second of all, if I restrain her, if I grab her wrist, there's going to be a mark. So guess what? We're both going to jail.
Oh, you're
Right?
super
So
strong.
I am protecting myself, restraining her, doing what you say I should do and then when the cops show up and see my fingerprints on her wrist, we're both going.
But
And
it's
that's
the
the
flip
best case
side.
scenario.
Alright, that's it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell us what you think in the comments.
You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Bye, guys.